to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Ready, ready.
44's Mike. Check, check. All day. All day.
Greystone, Travis. Ready, ready.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On first down, Herbert. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
You draw horses. Hey, Delta. Let's get it.
On third down, Herbert. That's complete to John Ross. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. Still leaves them with fourth and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head and making a decision, and you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Regular.
Check, check. Lucky.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long.
Mike, 50 Cent.
King.
Third and long for Mayfield. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third.
Come on, let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Set, ready? 70, Indy, 6-6, bullet high. You better breathe. I'm letting you know.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And some room to run now. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
To throw, Mayfield. Screen pass to Lindsay. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Phillip Lindsay hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
2nd and 4. Got a man open. It's Ross. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Airing one out for Boyd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Browns take over 1st and 10. They're on 2-yard line.
Kill.
80 weapons. Pistol.
Following the interception, Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Switch.
Go.
To throw again on second down. Mayfield. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 59 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Mayfield down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 21 yards there on third down. Mayfield brings him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Watch out. Switch.
Hurry.
Mayfield. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, Echo.
Here we go, G.
Mayfield looks to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. 27 yards there, a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw. Herbert got his man. It's Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
On first down, Lindsey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a loss of a yard.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Regular.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield, he finds Taylor, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Mayfield. Oh, he's going to go for it. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Mixon with it. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. We really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime?
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10.
On first and 10, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Mayfield now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's first and 10. They'll run with Lindsey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the ball situated at the 9, second and goal.
Real.
Here's Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the route is on here in this first half.
Bengals nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
He completes it to Boyd. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Ready?
The final shot before break. Herbert. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Chubb on the counter. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here we go, 50-50.
From the gun, Herbert. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Point it right. Hey, orbit. Big time drive. Let's go. My time.
Throwing, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, alert!
Check hot route. Hot.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Ross on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And 8 yards pickup. And a Bengal first down.
Hey, foxtrot.
Get this.
Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 25 yards there on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Herbert.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Hey, Charlie.
On 4th down, Herbert. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they... And he is in! Touchdown, Bengals! Joe Mixon, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw. And he takes off with it. It's a fake.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there. So that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. He's going to wind up and air it out. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Auden Tate, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
60 Pittsburgh.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A first down carry for Henry. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From just shy of midfield, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now the Bengals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Herbert going deep for Eifert. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Eifert has it. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Throwing on first down. Herbert. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing again, Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it, touchdown, Bengals. Keith Kirkwood. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. From the gun, Herbert. Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A run for Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Mayfield to throw it. He finds Beckham complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Get ready. Get ready.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Alert, alert.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Let's make these babies cry.
Off play action. Herbert. He's got a first down past the 30. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Looking to throw. Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now, the Bengals on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. Incomplete. Well, they clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped it? How good do they feel right now? You want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throw left side complete. That's Boyd. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st down, Herbert. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Back to throw. Herbert.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
Ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the
We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up.